Our surgery was in Chapel in Frith, and of course the doctor lived in a big house, and he'd have kind of a lean-to at the end of the house, and you went up a long passage, and there was an old-fashioned coke stove, and anyone that was there and the fire was going down, he put a bit more coke on, you see, kept it going for everybody else. And he used to shout the next, you know, one person went out to the surgery, and then there'd be a few minutes while he made notes and things like that, and then you'd hear him shout, you see, next please, and there was no booking in or anything like that. You just had a long queue, and of course if there was more than fit in this little outhouse, they had to queue up outside, you see, and mainly the men queued outside because they were having a smoke, and the ladies sat inside with the children, you see, and that's how it went on for many years, until it must only be 20 or 30 years that they built a new surgery where all the doctors were there in their own rooms and everything, and the receptionists and all that kind of thing. Yeah.
I think the pharmacists are better than the doctors.
Yeah.
They know exactly what. We had a young fella came there, and he was brilliant and very good, and he helped people that much. And he said, I've spent 6 years learning this trade. He said, I think I know it. And everywhere, and he said, if you're not satisfied with the doctor, come and see me. And he was only a young chap, but he was brilliant at his job. Yeah, so, and the thing was that the surgery was about 10 yards away from both chemists. And so, you know, some of the old ones used to go to the old place, but other people used to go to the new place, and it was brilliant. Nothing was too much trouble for him.
The health service is run really as a business now. There's figures coming in, you know, millions here and millions there, and it's so different. You see, we knew nothing about it. Nobody said anything about it. It just happened. But the service that we got then was nothing to the service that we get now, because there's so much more there for people, and you hadn't. I mean, you had to pay for the doctor. I mean, he used to come round every Friday night, and he had a book, and he wrote down, and he gave him money every week, so that you could go to the doctor, and you were in credit more or less, or in debt, and you were paying this doctor bill.
Oh, where have all the matrons gone? They kept our hospitals clean. They ruled them with a rod of iron. Now they're nowhere to be seen.
A matron had authority. A matron was in charge. It kept the nurses on their toes when matron was at large.
All the staff were scared of her, and all the patients too. Consultants knew she mattered, and they listened to her view.
When she carried out inspections, her methods you could trust. She had an eye for detail, and she had an eye for dust.
So bring back matron, that's our plea,
to fight another day, to lead the charge for cleanliness and beat MRSA.
Well, our expectations are so much higher.
That's the trouble.
We expect that we go to hospital, and anything we have wrong with us, they will make it right. If things go wrong, well, there's another big hullabaloo headlines in the paper. But there's two sides to look at it. I mean, when you look at other countries and their health service, I have a granddaughter lives in New York, and she has to pay, I don't know how many dollars, about £15 for a first visit. You've got to be really poorly. And there are millions there, thousands of millions, I don't know, that cannot afford the insurance and the backup that they need. You've got to be tough.
I'm a millionaire. I have no money, but I'm a millionaire. I have free care morning and evening and a nurse on hand when I need one. I can afford to stay in my own home rather than go into the workhouse. If I went to a nursing home, it would cost around £600 a week. My father died at 26, my mother at 42. I sometimes wonder, what have I done to live so long? Well, I've had the National Health Service. Our generation has had the best of the free service and we're very grateful. We've been very well looked after. My father got the flu in the First World War and it turned to TB in the days when 10 shillings a week was a godsend. I'll get £400 winter fuel allowance. I don't have to worry that I'm going to be cold. And that's why I'm a millionaire.